on New Era. Run that.
Yo, it's your boy DJ Frank White. Shout out to the homie, my brother DJ New Era. We on NewEraTV right now. Make sure you check it out. Turn us up. Alabama in the building. A3 Entertainment. What it do?
Let me find out you fuck niggas hang on the low. I'ma turn up a little more. Twist the knob, take your hoe. Let me find out you little niggas.
All right, NewEraTV. Heavy hitter DJ New Era, iHeartRadio. Another exclusive interview today. This interview is real special because it's somebody that I came up to listening to. I grew up on. I studied. I kind of mimicked him on some of my mixtapes. People thought we was in competition. People thought I should have charged what he charged for a mixtape.
No.
Yes. All right, so we got DJ Frank White in the building.
New Era.
What's up, man?
My brother, man.
What's going on, man?
It's time. I appreciate the love and you extending a hand for me to come out and come chop it up with you.
I've been reaching for a minute, man.
Bro, I mean, we've been in touch since, like you said, what's it been? 10 plus years
10
at
plus
least?
years at least.
I never heard the in competition part.
Bro, I've gotten that so much. Doc, I'll tell you a story before we get right into it.
Go
I had
ahead.
an artist try to get a mixtape with me. He was like, I'm going to put you and Frank White on it. I said, bro, that's good because nobody's in Alabama has actually ever got a mixtape with two of the hottest mixtape DJs out here in the street.
Right.
So I said, how much you charge you? He said, man, Frank hit me for $1,500. I said, well, shit, I need $1,500. He was like, bro, come on, man, $500. I said, bro, come on, dog. So I got to take an L and let Frank make more than me. He was like, bro, I got to have both of you. I said, I tell you what, let me get $1,000 and you get Frank $1,500. He still ain't want to do that. So I took an L, man.
No.
And
you see, that's when you should have hit me and said, man, Frank, this dude trying to do this. And I would have said, nah.
The dude don't even rap no more.
For real.
That's how I say I took an L, because I ain't getting nothing out of that deal, bro. He gave it up and started doing the 9 to 5, which is okay.
It is.
It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Get that bread. Get the bag.
All right, so when I say countless mixtapes, you've worked with 2 Chainz. I got a list right here. Rubber Band OG, Lil Daddy, Jabo, Yellow Wolf, Fred P, D.A., Jose Guap, King South, Trouble. The list goes on. So out of those names that I said, the one artist that did stand out to me was Yellow Wolf. Like, how did that situation come about?
It came about because, Yellow Wolf's from Anniston. So he's an Alabama artist, and he was being managed by Kawan Prather, KP, and Bear, who they're well known for, breaking a lot of artists and signing a lot of artists. But they were managing him, and Greg Street, Greg Street's in Atlanta.
That's
DJ.
the homie right there.
Yeah, that's my mentor, one of my best friends. And he was real close with them, and he actually put it together.
Right.
He told Bears, like, yo, Frank White's in Alabama, Montgomery, he's doing his thing. Yellow Wolf's from Alabama. Y'all might as well do shit together. So he put us together, and we actually went on BET for New Year's.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, that was for it was 106 in Park.
106 in Park. Yeah,
that picture's iconic, man.
For New Year's, we did that, and then put out a mixtape, all produced by actually M16 from Alabama. So we try to keep that Alabama connected as well as we can, as being a DJ as well, trying to put on for the state, trying to help the state. So
are y'all still in good standing?
We're still in good standing. He's doing his thing. He's in Nashville. He lives in Nashville now.
Really?
He's
I thought he was on the West Coast.
Nah, he stays on tour though, but he's living in Nashville.
And he's signed under is it Shadyville? He's still with Slim?
I don't think he's still with Shady. I believe he's still with Interscope because he just put out an album, but I know they're still good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So do you still DJ for him, right? When he calls, or
if he needed to. I haven't in a long time because he's got like Clever.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, dope.
Clever, and he had Craze before that. So they a little more skilled into turntablism than I've actually, and as far as tour stuff, so they go on tour. But yeah, I definitely will anytime he needs.
I've been working on getting on that road my damn self, man. I definitely want to see the world, man.
Oh, it's great, man. You definitely need to travel. You'll love it.
Oh, I travel now.
Yeah, no, I know
I travel now for fun, but I'm talking about traveling to get a check.
Exactly. I tell you, it is tiresome though, man.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never really know what day it is. You don't know, what city you're in. It's like you wake up and,
Wow.
Time goes by good, so.
All right, so what made you want to become a DJ though? Like, how did that start up?
Honestly, the movie Juice.
Okay.
Just watching
Juice.
Yeah, Q being playing that role got me interested. I was always into hip hop, of course. So me and my friend in high school, after watching that, his older cousin was a DJ. So we start going to his house, and of course it was turntables and vinyl. There was no Serato, wasn't no laptop, wasn't no, you know.
was on wax then.
Right,
Real
exactly.
wax.
Yeah. And so we just started practicing then, and I was in Hawaii then.
You was living out there?
Yeah, I graduated high school in Hawaii.
So that's where you're from originally?
Well, I mean, I was born in Maryland, moved to Alabama, lived in California and Hawaii. My stepdad was military.
Oh.
Then moved back to Alabama.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just started practicing that. And then when I moved to Montgomery, you know, there was nowhere to buy vinyl.
Oh, man.
Because there was no really record stores.
Right. Well, they had,
a few places, but how I got into radio was the same way because I met a DJ at the radio station, and of course, you know, they got shipped vinyl every week. So it was like, man, just come by and pick up vinyl. Just gave it to me. So,
and this was 97.9.
This was actually Hot 105, the one
Really?
Frosted. Yeah, I met Michael Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Long was actually the PD then.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah. And no, he just told me to come by and get vinyl and stuff. So I wasn't actually, you know, I wasn't doing any work for him.
So you did, was it just mix shows or personality there?
No, nothing at 105. At Jams, I did mix show personality.
So you had the whole
APD.
9 up there.
Right. I, you know, 7 days a week, 6 to 11.
Okay. All right. So, question people have been asking me, and I've always been curious about that one DJ tag you got. If Frank White is on your mixtape, Kill Yourself. Like, who's the voice behind that?
That's actually just a voice guy out of New York.
Really?
Who did the imaging for our station.
And this was at 97, right?
At 97.9, yeah.
So how did you come up with that though?
The DJ Frank White, that's a DJ Frank White.
Yeah.
That's Khaled.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's from a Khaled drop. It was I came up with that when I actually reached out to Techniques. And
Technique Mastermind. It kind of sounded similar. It kind of sounded a little bit alike though. DJ Technique Mixtape Mastermind.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was just a way I felt like coming at the mixtapes. I had reached out to him and said, because he was doing a lot of mixtapes, and you know, I had the radio and I was doing the street, you know, the clubs and stuff, and I was like, man, I want to, you know, you always look for something else to get into because, like you say, you can't just do one thing.
You gotta hustle it, man.
So I told Tech, I was like, man, I really want to make a name in the mixtape game, and start doing a bunch of mixtapes. And I was already doing artists from Montgomery, and that's how I broke out and did, you know, Travis Porter, Rich Kids.
Yeah, because I was always curious about that, because you being in Alabama, in Montgomery, and you're touching artists in Atlanta market, and that came from the relationship of just having, you said Techniques.
Nah, that came from, man, when I figured out that the whole game is relationships, and like I said, Greg Street was my mentor.
Right.
I would go to Atlanta. I'd be on the air this at night at first, part-time.
That was at V103.
Right. Now Greg was at V103, but I would go to up there once a week and just sit in on his show,
right,
and then go back and do my show in Montgomery. And I did that for a year.
Damn.
Like once a week. And I was in Montgomery at 10 o'clock at night from 10 to 2. That was my first slot.
Dope.
So he's on the air at 6. I'd be there at 6. They're an hour ahead. Then have to leave there in an hour to get back to be on my show at 10. But I did that just because I knew what he had going on and who he was, and I wanted to learn from him.
Top dog, man.
And I met a lot of people through that.
Just from sitting around.
Just from being there. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to.
That's smart. See, I didn't know that. I just thought it came from, okay, Frank White, okay, we got to get this guy. He got some dope tags. Let's put him on the tape.
Nah, it was from going to Atlanta, seeing these folks. Dang. Over and over and over and over again. Like,
well, the one mixtape that I actually liked that you and Techniques did was the Cocaine Cowboy mixtape. Like that
Codeine Cowboy.
Codeine Cowboy mixtape.
That
Classic.
That's the one that, changed. I would say that's when I hit that, I was probably charging, oh boy, like, I need that 1,500. But
did you actually to cut you off. Did you actually go to the studio with Chains?
Nah, it was the music was really already done, and it was a thing of I was playing supporting Street Execs for a long time since their first artists, and we have a close relationship. And from that, they reached out to me, and I was playing. He had My Boo, I think, My Boo is the name of the song.
Yeah. Call My Boo.
Yeah. And I was playing it more than any other station in the country.
So you was getting behind it.
Yeah, like I was getting behind his stuff and really pushing his stuff. So it was like, let's do this project together. And so we dropped it. But shout out to Tit and 2 Chainz. He's definitely, bro.
Well, he's from. I keep hearing he went to state.
He did go to state.
Did you actually know him?
Nah,
never met him.
Nah, not then. Nah, okay. I didn't know him when he went to state.
Dang, that's dope. So you've been in radio for how long?
I did radio for 15 years.
Countless years.
Yeah, from 03 to 17. Well, I'm still doing a mix show in Tuscaloosa. I'm saying just full time. Full time I did, yeah.
So 15 years in radio. What are some of the negative things about radio that you actually hate? I'm gonna say hate is a strong word, but dealing with radio, what are some of the negative things?
Some of the politics, it just depends on actually who's on your team, because that dictates a lot too. The pay is probably the only negative, really thing.
Really?
I mean, it's one of the big ones. Unless you're in a top market,
exactly.
Then it's incredible,
exactly,
which everybody wants to get to.
Exactly.
So, which I understand that, but it doesn't matter because it allows you other platforms to make money. Gotcha. So you just got to use it and, make money other ways.
So when it came to the mixtapes, out of all the tapes that you've done, what would you say, give me 2 artists from Alabama that I named. I gave a couple of them, but I know you work with a lot of artists. But give me 2 artists in Alabama that actually stood out to you the most, that made you want to say, okay, this is who I'm really going to hit the gas on, like, full throttle, literally. And this is before Doe B. Before Doe. I know that's a tough question because you got to think back because, I know Fred P. at the time back then. Fred P. was dope. CBM, Lil Daddy, dope.
Nah, but he was after Doe.
That was after Doe. Okay, yeah. So that was, let's say, damn. Well, kind of think about half these artists really came
that's what I'm
after.
Doe, but see, it's been 6 years now.
Right.
So you're talking about 9-10 years ago if you're talking pre-Doe.
Pre-Doe then.
Yeah, so
pre-Doe.
Now who I was working with before, DA, Rubber Band OG, they've been doing music, I know, since
they consistent
before Doe.
Okay.
And they still doing their thing, so shout out to them,
Gotcha. All right,
Fred P too.
Fred
is Fred's cool as shit. That's the homie. That's
dog,
family.
Man. We got some stories, man.
Right, exactly. So Fred been doing this thing. And I've worked with artists from Mobile and Birmingham, Huntsville, and it's a lot of talent. So it's hard to say,
But these artists come at you, they jump in the email, mixtape. And then what's next after that? Do they hit you up on the back end and say, yo, I want to come down and sit down with you and talk? Can you get me shows? Is it just a straight mixtape and then that's it?
Usually that's what it is. But, I'm always looking to do more. Like if I see somebody I believe in and want to do more with, then I would say, let's chop it up about doing this. A lot do ask, though, and say, can you help me do this? But they don't really understand what it takes to get to, like, you got to have everything ready for me to work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't just come to me and say, hey, I'm dope. I got hot music. Listen to it. What can we do?
Right.
Shit. I mean,
You gotta have everything lined up,
right,
man.
Exactly. You gotta put the work in yourself.
Yeah,
so
or you're gonna have to pay me a little more to do that part for you.
You know?
Exactly. Then they think it's, oh man, you know, we done paid you this for a mixtape. You gonna charge us more to do this?
Right. Then you want so you want it posted and me to promote it too. That's different.
That's different.
That's two totally separate different things.
We playing the A&R role now.
Now you want me to send it to folks and see if they like it and try to help you. Oh, you want me to get you a meeting with so and so.
Yeah, that was the downside to doing mixtapes, I believe.
Yeah.
You tell a guy, you know, because at the time I was getting my first mixtape was like $400. I was just happy to be on live.
Oh no, I've done them. Yeah, I've done them. You know, nothing going on. You want to go get something real quick? Man, send me 200 right now.
Right now,
and I'll send you my tags. And send it back to me, and I'll upload it.
I've had that situation happen, but a downside to sending the tags.
I know. Then they're gonna use it when they want.
Yeah,
I know, but at least.
I look on that Piff, man, and hosted by DJ NewEra. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, there's some shit out there that I know I never even heard of.
Yeah, that shit sucks, man. All right, so mixtapes popping, you got the radio popping, and I remember like it was yesterday because people don't know I wanted to be a part of Hood Rich. I wanted to so bad, and Scream is the homie, that's the big bro. So when they announced it, I said, dang. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen because I saw how you were moving. I saw the name, the relationship. So how did that situation actually happen for you?
What's funny is I was actually I spoke with Drama about about affiliates. I had a brief conversation. I don't know how that came about. And then I had also spoke with Holiday about Commission. We had a conversation just because, you know, DJs we talk and like you said, I was in the mix right then, and I really fucked with Scream. Mm-hmm. So I hit him up and asked his advice on, you know, what you think about this. He was like, you know, they're both dope. They're both doing their thing, but before you decide, I'd like you to come sit down with me and Rip and see, you know, what we could put together.
I had that meeting with Rip. I had a meeting with Rip.
Yeah.
And we met at Starbucks.
We met at a breakfast thing. He had like some poached eggs and stuff. But
sound like Rich, but how tall Rich? Like what? 5'5", 5'4"? He real short, man.
Nah, you giving him some. he might be a little shorter. Shout out to Rip though.
Yeah, he cool people, man.
Shout out to Rip, Scream, whole Hood Rich
team, man. But, so do you still push it? You still push it, brand?
On anything music or mixtape wise, I do. Yeah, I still, or you know, radio wise, but it'll always be family. It has. It has definitely at times because this is a strong team, and it's a team that I've looked at that hasn't really changed or added a lot of people, and it's small, like you said. And each one in that, you know, shout out Pretty Boy Tank, Lil Keem, Spins,
Izzo.
Swamp Izzo, like they're all strong, and so it's dope, and they'll always be family. So I always support.
Famous Hood Rich crew, man.
Definitely.
DJ Scream, Frank White on it, man. That when I saw that really humbled my ass even more and said, let me continue to grind because I know you've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Years. And Scream he would talk around it like, yeah, I got you, you know. And then when I met Rip, it was like, all right, then what's next?
Exactly.
And then I met at the time I went to a P Brown record pool event. I was there by myself. I had a book bag full of fitted catalog tapes. Mm-hmm. And I ran into J-Rock. And he's CEO Commission.
Right.
And he was like, man, you need to come fuck with us. And I'm like, the fuck is a commission? I didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. I just went back and did the research. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, I look up. Like a year later, they did an announcement. I was like, oh, okay. I got this brand, but I didn't know what to do with it. Literally. I didn't know what to do with it at all, honestly.
And that's the thing. Like, anytime you get it under any umbrella or any brand, they're not really going to do nothing for you. You got to just use that and make your own moves with it.
Exactly. Yeah, the commission is good. You know, I fuck with the commission.
Right.
Holiday, that's family.
Shout out
KD,
to Holiday.
All them people good people,
right.
man.
KD, that's right. That's my partner.
All right, so Hood Rich came. Fast forward. Let's get into Doe B. How did you meet Doe?
Doe was just in the streets and rapping, and I actually heard about him before I met him. You know, a couple folks told me about him, and he reached out to me, and because I did, you know, all these mixtapes on the radio, doing what I was doing, and he really knew that I could, or he said that, you know, I could help him get to the next level. And the first time I met him, we just talked about it, didn't really do anything. A few months later, he came back to me again, and actually decided to do a mixtape with him. We did Definition of a Trapper. I was managing some other guys named Two Lanes. They had a couple
songs. Yeah, I've heard of them guys.
Yeah, they had a song called Logged In.
They from the Gump, right?
Right. So when we were doing, you know, teen shows, there'd be another guy there performing, be Doe. We'd run into him, and I was like, damn, how's he getting these shows? Who is he? What's he doing? And but I was, you know, busy doing Two Lanes at the time, and then he ended up coming to me, like I said, and wanted to work, and we did the first mixtape, and that came out, and then he came right back, wanted to do another one, and I was like, okay, you know, we'll do another one.
Did the first one make some noise?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely. It definitely did. That's why he came back so quick, and I was like, you know, after listening to the second one we did, I told him, you know, either I can charge you this on these mixtapes, or we can do business.
You charge though on the first?
Nah, I charge, man. I think it was like, I think he gave me like $200-$300.
Okay, and that's just you talked on the first one, right?
Yeah.
You did a lot on that first one.
I did a lot on that first one. I'm talking about other artist drops and
bring back,
bruh. Come on.
I heard, it was a solid tape though.
And that's what I'm saying. So I just did it, you know, for a little nothing, just because he wanted to mess with me, and I believe, you know, I said let's try it out. So nah, but after it started working,
right, and
he kept coming to me, I was like, bro, nah, I ain't gonna keep doing this when I see the potential. I see the potential, I know what we can do. And so he decided to do management, and then
paperwork was involved.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro, definitely.
So you was like the manager / DJ, right?
Yeah, it was basically manager, but since I was a DJ, I DJ too.
Gotcha. Dang.
Yeah, I should have got paid extra for the DJ, and I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, of course.
I should have known then.
You said $200-$300 for a mixtape.
That's what, and I was just looking out.
I should have sent my people that way.
This was after Codeine Cowboy and all the artists and stuff.
But charging that price, look at what it gained you. I'm not talking about, you know,
it's history.
History,
just legacy and a bond and something that's priceless.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So you dropped the first tape. What was the second tape name?
Definition of a Trapper 2.
And then the third one was
Baby Jesus.
Yeah. So out of all those tapes,
and then
it should have been one more, right?
Yeah, there is. No, Trap Life was after Definition of a Trapper 2.
That's the one that had trap music on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Baby Jesus. Yeah, that was on. Yeah.
So many of them, man. I still play all of those records in the club to this day and get the same reaction, dog.
It's crazy how timeless this music is, because it's still,
man,
you know, relevant to this day.
I feel like if Doe were still here, he would surpass. He would be bigger than what he is now, bro.
I know, that's something I think about every single day.
I ain't gonna even front, man. And I remember, was it December 28th, right?
Right.
2013, right after Christmas. I'm laying down asleep. I had just got in from a club, and my partner was like, bro, you see this shit? I said, what you mean? He's like, bro, get on Twitter. And I get on Twitter. I'm looking at these RIP posts, and I'm like, Doe B. I'm like, nah, bro. Hell nah. Don't tell me they didn't kill Doe B, bro. And I dug a little deep. I think I texted you that night. I said, bro, is this true? And he was like, yeah, man, they took my dog. And I'm like, damn. First thing came to my head was, here's this guy, man. Music damn near speaks to a lot of people, man. People can relate to this guy. And then killed over a pointless act, something very stupid.
It was jealousy.
Exactly, man. So with him passing and stuff, and you know it came from people out of his own city, how did that make you feel? Like, and I'm talking about as a whole. him living here, did you ever tell Doe to just, you know, look, we got the bag, bro. Like move. Let's move out.
Okay. Yeah. Doe, before this happened, the same guys were his friends, and he pulled up on him in the hood, just pulling up on him by himself, and the guy actually pulled a gun out on him and robbed him.
Really?
Yeah. It's known. It's not probably known a lot of people, but it's out there. It's been said. And robbed him that day, and then right after that happened, I hit my partners who were management with me at you know D and Shadow. You know
heard
D?
them names.
Okay. And I told them, you know, that some shit was going on, and Doe needed to, you know, we needed to get him out of there, because Doe, he didn't want to. He wasn't worried about it. Like he wasn't worried about it.
He was robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah,
in front of other people.
It was just the guy, probably one other dude. Doe was by himself.
Daylight or nighttime?
Yeah, daytime. He just ended up pulling up on him like.
And took what?
A chain.
Fucking chain. Man.
A chain and some money. Not I don't remember the amount, but yeah. So some, you know. So after that happened, I told him, you know, we need to move him, and we actually did. The label paid for him a condo in Atlanta for a year. So Doe was living in Atlanta when this happened. But like I said, he wasn't worried about anything happening. He just said, you know, don't worry about that. We're gonna work it out.
Right.
He just happened to be in town visiting his mom for Christmas, because he just had a show in Arkansas, so that's why he was back down there. But Doe was 22, young, and man, when you move out of town or you go to A or something like that, and you're by yourself, you miss your friends. So that you know, kind of kept him going back. So yeah, we did move him away, actually.
Damn, man, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
So the guy that pulled the trigger. I keep hearing that he was in one of the actual videos.
He's at the beginning of the original Let Me Find Out video.
Damn.
Pointing a gun.
Was he remember when Doe did the remix? And I came up there, and you know, you invited me and my people up.
Right.
T.I., Juicy J. I mean, you had the whole, was it Circle K?
Yeah.
That shit was locked down.
Yeah.
Was that guy there?
Nah, not at the remix.
And they had issues there. I mean, they had issues after that, right? Or prior to that, right?
Yeah, it was before that.
Okay. All right, so Doe B passed away. Fast forward, I said about a year, was it a year or two later? A couple of years later, the paperwork with the music and all of that. Situation happened with Grand Hustle Gang, T.I. and all that stuff.
Nah, there really was no paperwork mishap. The only people that had paperwork with Doe was me, and he never had paperwork.
But he was never actually signed to them paper-wise.
No. But we had the management had a piece. T.I.'s partners, which was Hustle Gang, had a piece of management, and that's what they had.
Gotcha. So
Tip did everything just off the strength. Like he was, you know, Doe was Hustle Gang, but he just never had anything signed to him. Like they were just working off of.
So that was on strength. And
the strength.
So
yeah.
Tip actually believed in Doe's
yeah.
music. So how did that relationship actually happen? How did that come about?
We put the Let Me Find Out song out first. That's why you said the guy was in the original video.
Right.
We had it on BET Jams and playing through markets, Birmingham. It was playing up here.
And that was all the label push.
It was all actually my partners, yeah. D and them, they pushed that themselves, started pushing that themselves.
Okay.
And then Geffen kicked in. We did a deal with Geffen. And they did start pushing that. And then the label sent out the original for T.I. to get on the remix. and MLK is T.I.'s DJ.
That's the homie.
Right. See, and all us DJs, if we've been in it for a minute, know each other.
Relationship.
Right.
Exactly.
Like I said at the beginning, that's all it is. Right. So MLK hit me up and said, yo, the label sent Tip the record to get on the remix, but Tip wants to do more than just get on the remix. He wants to do business with y'all. So I said, shit, okay, let's do it. Set it up and let's make it happen.
Right.
So a few minutes later, him and Tip called me and was like, so what you saying, like, how can we do business together since y'all already have a deal?
Right.
I said, shit, I'll cut you in on like, we can do management side. What about management? And y'all can eat, that way. And he thought about it. Said we chopped it up just for a minute, and he was like, I'll get back with you. And he ended up calling me back and was like, we want to do it. When can you and Doe come up and for a meeting? And I was like, shit, whenever you say. Yeah. So we went up and met him at Phipps Plaza and sat down and had dinner. And that's how it went.
And boy, eating good over there.
Oh, yeah.
So the remix came out. Juicy J, like, how did he get on
Bruh.
it? Like, that's crazy, yo.
I mean, shout out to Juicy. He's definitely a legend, and he's still dope.
Still eating good.
He's still dope. Like you say, he still got eating off music from the '80s.
All right, and he's still signed to Wiz. Is he under?
Yeah,
Wiz?
he's got to deal with Wiz and Taylor Gang, I believe, through somebody else. But that was through the label. Sent it, I guess, to Tip and to Juicy, and I'm not really sure how it ended up coming about.
He didn't charge for it.
I don't know. No, now we didn't pay anything. Now, what's funny is, you never know, because if the labels, they'll charge the label something. So it may have came. He probably did get something out of it from the label, because Doe had a budget. So,
and Doe was signed to, who was he signed to?
He was signed to Geffen and Blueprint Group.
And that's independent?
No, Geffen's, Interscope. Geffen, Interscope. Warner Music is under the same umbrella.
Damn, okay. All right. So remix comes out, and what tape comes after that?
Baby Jesus.
And that was the one that dropped. What was the drop date on that? Because one of them tapes dropped.
I think it was
Christmas
Thanksgiving Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was one of them.
So y'all doing tours?
He was doing shows. We did a tour actually with Juicy J through Texas for like 2 weeks. We did a.
And you was rocking the show.
Oh yeah. It was dope. It was definitely
a dope experience, man. So what kind of effect did that really have on you? How did it affect you as not just as a DJ, just as a man? How did it affect you? Because you got to look at now. I mean, I know you gave up a lot to get on the road and really push it, and then this happens, and it's like, damn, okay. So what kind of effect did it have on you?
Man, that shit knocked me out.
Damn.
It deflated me. It's something I still deal with, but it's, I feel like my feet are back under me now, and I'm ready to put my energy into something else. But for a long time, like you say, it's been 6 years, but it's something I think about every day, because I know, like, I'd go back to this day and I'd bet everything on it again. Like, I was that certain of where, it was guaranteed. So it's hard to it's just hard to, to think about that every day. But I know it's, it just takes time.
Yeah, man. Cause I grew up on you and I watched you grow, come from this point to that point, and then you get here, and I said, yo, he got an artist, he got all these relationships. Yo, I said, my boy about to take off. Like he out, and then that shit happened, and it's like damn,
bro. It's like that shit. That want to just dig a hole and just like
And see, that's what I tell people all the time. When you're in the music business, there's no such thing as playing it safe. What advice do you have for up and coming artists?
Be patient. don't expect things to happen quick. Stay consistent and never stop working.
Patience is key.
Very key. And travel and meet people. It's going to take you numerous times before seeing somebody, and that's what it is. You know, it takes a long time. Build relationships. Right. That's key. Because as you know, it's not always about the talent. Right. You see stuff out here that's working or goes without that's not, you know, extremely dope.
I look at it like this. I tell artists is the talent is always last.
Right.
It's really about, it's not even about the money. It's about how you market yourself.
Right.
And if your marketing is on point and that money falls in next, then that talent is like right there.
Exactly.
And then you use those relationships to help build up all those key points.
To maximize what you have.
Exactly.
So it's definitely, and it's a lot more than just talent. A lot of it's relationships, business, and, you know, your team is huge.
Shaking hands, man.
Artists, get a team. You got to have a team because you can't do it yourself.
Exactly.
You need to have, you know, you get management. If it's your homeboy, then that's cool, but they need to, you know, do the best they can for you. Exactly. Like, and have your best interest in the back of their mind to help build your career.
Right. All right, so one more question, man, that everybody want to know. When's the next Doe B tape? I know y'all got music that nobody's heard.
We do.
When we putting it out? When I say we, because you going to have to come holler at DJ.
Oh, you definitely. Now, we are planning to drop an album June 13th, by June 13th. That's his birthday.
Full-fledged album, all unheard tracks.
That's what we're trying to do. Now, a lot of music's been leaked, and so maybe not hitting, not nationally, but locally, especially in Montgomery, a lot was leaked after he passed. But we still do have music that was unheard. Just a lot of it was incomplete. So that's what they're doing now, working completing some songs, and but it should be music, yeah, that's unheard. We do have some features that's on there. Dolph is he'll be on there. There's a couple more. Don't want to throw them out there too quickly.
Man, you gotta give me some names, man. Give me one more.
Gucci.
Okay, damn, really?
Yeah.
Gucci Man on the Doe B record.
Yeah.
Who produced it?
Bow Fam and Carlton Banks.
Oh, I know it's gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be crazy.
I know it's gonna be a hit. Hey, look, you gotta let me put that out, man.
No, I definitely.
I gotta get it first, man.
Bruh, you know,
I gotta get that one first, dog.
You know you definitely got it first. I definitely promise you'll get it. I haven't got it yet.
Dang.
But I definitely get it to you. You know it's
cause I actually Doe B actually he's hosted like
a couple of Fitted Cap.
Yeah, a couple of them, and a Bama Legend that me and you did.
Yeah.
And I literally use his drops to this day.
For real,
yeah, dope. I still use all of them.
You know
man.
what's so
all of them
fucked up? I know you're gonna have to bleep that. I don't have a drop.
You don't have it?
No, I don't have. I never got a Doe drop.
Really? Get out of here!
I never did.
Are you serious? I never got a Doe B drop.
I never would. I never like. We was just so into.
I got one for you.
At what was going on now?
I got one.
I could probably find. I don't know how I could, and probably piece one together. I don't know on the mixtape if he said something or something.
When he did that tape for me and you, he said your name.
Did he?
I can go
if
cut it up. I can cut it up.
I appreciate that.
I got it.
Because that's one thing I was like, damn, I never did get a drop.
Let me do a reminder right now. Cut up Doe B drop.
Please. I appreciate that.
Because I went through it and listened to it, and it's like studio quality.
Really?
Very clear, man. Very clear to this day. Man.
Yeah, I think he did those at Bow's, I'm sure.
Dang. Matter of fact, you can go back and listen to the old tapes we did. You'll hear it.
Yeah, they're on. Make sure y'all go check it out. Live mixtapes.
All right, man. DJ Frank White, Hood Rich, Doe B's manager / DJ.
Yes, sir.
The only DJ to actually travel with Doe B.
Right.
That I know of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mixtape King. You hold the title, man. You know. I don't want the title. I'm good. I'm good.
But no, it's up for grabs.
Hey, look. Do you think the mixtape wave has died down?
I think a lot. Yeah.
So if me and you was to put out a mixtape, do you think people actually check for it?
I do. I think it's died down for people who are trying to establish a name as far as DJ wise. But if you have a name and a following, I think it can always work because you're you know, those people always check it out. Now, as far as, you know, mixtape, the procedure, yeah, it's going to be more streaming, you know, put it out online. Gotcha. People will stream it like that. But I definitely think we should put something together.
I'm with it, man. I kind of fell back and put my energy toward something else.
Yeah, I mean, we all do that. Yeah. And that's what I did. You know, fell back. But, you know, like I said, we might as well do it, use it. We got what it takes.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
All right, man. Give out their social media. Tell folks how to follow you. Tell them what you got going on and coming out next.
Make sure you follow me Twitter at DJ Frank White, Instagram DJ F White, Snapchat DJ F White. Just want to shout out to the whole Alabama, the whole state, real estate in the country. You know how we get down. Roll Tide. Shout out to DJ New Era.
I'm in here, man.
Shout out to my Hood Rich fam. Doe B album's coming June 13th. We don't have a title for it yet. But make sure you stay tuned, follow us, and you can follow his Instagram too, CBM Doe B. There'll be updates posted on that, and we'll keep you updated on that. Documentary will be coming hopefully in December after that, and definitely want to get you in the documentary.
Bro, look, I'm coming. All you gotta do, you come down here and shoot it. We can talk about
definitely.
it.
I'll come up here to the station. Yeah, we definitely will.
Who handles his Instagram?
Me.
Does he follow me?
I'll check that.
Man.
I got you.
Check that out, man.
Got you.
New Era TV, iHeartRadio, A3 Entertainment. We out.
Love.